Daniel Price was not a ghost hunter. He was a real estate photographer, broke, overworked and desperate for clients. So when a mysterious woman named Mrs. Alden emailed him about photographing an old property she wanted to sell, he agreed instantly. The house sat on the edge of town, deep in a quiet neighborhood where the streetlights flickered even during the day. Daniel arrived just before sunset, his camera bag slung over his shoulder, expecting another dusty, boring building. But the moment he stepped out of his car, he noticed something strange. The house looked like it was waiting for him. It stood too still, too silent, as if holding its breath. Its roof was sagging, its windows dark, and its front door leaned slightly open, as though it already knew he was coming. Reap! Daniel shook off the shiver crawling up his spine. Work was work. Inside, the air smelled like wet wood and old secrets. The house felt heavy, almost aware. He began shooting photos, room by room. Most were empty, peeling lifeless. But every time he glanced at the tiny preview screen on his camera, he paused. The rooms in the photos looked different from the rooms he had just seen. A photo of the living room showed a door behind the couch, but when Daniel looked up, there was no door. A photo of the kitchen showed 2 windows, but the real kitchen only had 1. He frowned. Maybe he had accidentally used an old setting. HDR glitch? Camera rendering error? He reset his camera and kept shooting, but the photos kept changing. A hallway showed a staircase that didn't exist. A bedroom showed shadows of people standing in the corner. Though the room was completely empty, his heartbeat picked up. He snapped a picture of the front door. In the photo, the door was closed, but it was wide open in real life. Daniel decided he had enough. He packed up quickly, stepping out into the cold air with relief. As he reached his car door, he saw her, Mrs. Alden, standing on the sidewalk, watching him silently. Her white hair was pinned neatly. Her eyes were sharp and knowing. "You went inside," she said softly. Daniel swallowed. "Yes, you asked me to, didn't you?" She shook her head slowly. "No, I asked you to photograph it from the outside." Her voice tightened. "You shouldn't have gone in. The housey doesn't like being seen from the inside." "Reap?" Daniel stared at her in confusion. Before he could question her, she turned and walked away. The next day, Daniel uploaded the photos to his computer. His hand froze on the mouse. The house in the photos was not in the same neighborhood anymore. The backgrounds had changed instead of quiet suburb houses. He now saw buildings from different parts of the city, places he recognized, as though the house was moving, shifting locations in every shot. He checked the metadata. Each photo location tag showed a different address. His stomach twisted. Every time he took a photo, the house was standing somewhere else. He zoomed into the last picture, the front door.